Okay. Okay, being at 7 o'clock, gonna call the town board meeting to order. The fire exits are outside that door at each end of the hall. There's a defibrillator across the hall if one is needed. We'll start with the pledge of allegiance to the flag, a moment of silence for all deceased residents of Hamlin, especially Faye Knapp, a past employee who just passed away. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We will continue then with the roll call, please.
Hurlbut.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Loco. Jaeger.
Yes. Yes. Now, the public forum, if anybody wants to speak to the public, they can do so at this time, address the whole town board. Hopefully keep it down to 3 to 5 minutes. Anyone want to speak? All right, we'll close the public forum. Requesting town board resolution to approve the regular town board meeting minutes of January 10th, 2024.
Hurlbut.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Loco. Jaeger. Guys.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to approve the payment of bills in their respective funds.
Hurlbut.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Loco. Jaeger. Guys.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to give residents one last opportunity to catch up on late dog licenses and for the town to waive the late fees if they come in, I should have probably said to the town clerk's office, within 2 weeks of receiving their notice due to the confusion during the COVID outbreak up to the official end of COVID by the federal government on May 11, 2023. Any questions? Yes, discussion or whatever.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
We did, but this is official, so we can talk about it. But whoever.
Okay, I just, with just a couple comments.
Yes.
So I just think with, is there a start date? Because it doesn't specify, like, so it's any outstanding licenses to, like, prior to today.
No, it's,
Or prior to,
no,
excuse me,
it's May 11,
2023.
2023 is when we,
So any years up until, I just want to clarify that.
during the COVID, yes.
Yeah.
So do we need to put like a start time on it, or do you think it's sufficient to just?
I think it's sufficient. They have a list.
Well, it was March 13th was the day that they did the shutdown.
But there's some outstanding from 19, correct?
No, from 19.
Yeah. So I just
Right.
want to be
But
clear.
didn't
that
COVID
there's-
start in 19, actually?
No, it was 2020.
It was 2020, but,
Right.
you
The
know,
town hall shut down March 17th of 2020.
But
so-
maybe some people were outstanding from 19 who couldn't get in to pay in 2020, so they were affected by it somehow. But so this incorporates some dates before 2020.
I don't know when the court, when did the court shut down, is when the actual, did they shut down before the town hall did?
When is it important to have a date for start? Because we don't even.
Well, the thing is like, because there's so many that are like, there really wasn't that many from 2020, from my understanding. So,
Or there weren't that many, I mean, there weren't that hardly,
Yeah.
there weren't that many from 19. I think there's a lot more than in 2020, right, but COVID was in effect then.
yeah.
So basically, anyone prior to May 11, 2023, this applies to.
Right.
So that go back a long ways though.
No, it's,
No.
their records only go back to
Okay.
19.
They go back farther, that's just what we've been
Right.
reporting, because most likely
Right.
anything older than that, they're probably deceased.
Just,
Correct.
I also worry about the people that did the right thing. I mean, I got my dog in 2020 and I, got my license. That's the other thing.
But I remember Eric, he did say, don't worry about it. I mean, he said it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So I've heard that comment too, like,
You know,
what about for all the good law-abiding citizens who
Right.
came in and paid all their late fees? Are they gonna feel slighted because now, one guy in house A has paid his late fees and paid the full shot, and his next door neighbor didn't pay him, but now he gets to be waived all his late fees.
and then is it gonna make that, I mean, are these people actually gonna do anything about it? That's the other thing.
There'll probably be some people who complain, there always will be, but
Yes, I know, I get that. It's
I might
just-
complain to the federal government about that, given, I paid for my son's education, I paid for my own education.
Right.
But they're giving billions of dollars worth of
Correct.
education
Yep.
away. So, yeah, you can complain, but we can put amnesty trying to get this stuff caught off.
Caught up.
Right.
rather than nothing.
I think it's more important, and there's gonna be people who complain, and the town clerk's office can keep a copy of this, saying the town board made the decision. We're trying not to put any grievance, any more pressure on the town clerk's office. So please keep a copy of this or whatever, and let the town board make a decision. They can call me or whatever.
I think a good explanation too could be that, part of the licensing process is making sure that these dogs all have their rabies. So in doing that, like, we're really looking out for, for the public health, because to get these people in here to verify that their
Things up to
dogs
date the way they should be.
have their rabies vaccines, I mean, that's really, one of the main things for a license, is to make our
No, I
community
just
a little
don't think it's
safer.
gonna make any difference.
I think there'll be a couple people who complain, there will be, like I said, the town clerk's office chiefs. Let them know the town board made the decision, it wasn't yours, and they can come, send them down to my office, it's all right, whatever.
And the ticket will be in the mail.
The
Like,
ticket
they
will be,
get the ticket.
the ticket will
and
be
then-
in the mail.
And they're gonna be sent certified so that
You'll
you
know
can
when
track
you
that
receive
2-week
it.
timeframe. So,
That was my question, is to make sure we know when
That's why
So what are they gonna
certified,
be, what are they gonna end up paying? Does-
well, it depends on how many years they owe in
so-
licensing
Okay,
fees.
so, let's
So-
say like 2022 or something.
Yeah, so they would have to pay for the licensing fee for 22, 23, and then get them into date for 24.
if it's 20, they have to pay the licensing fee for 20, 21, 22, 23. They gotta pay the licensing fee, we're not saying, no, you're free of that.
Does it say anything about the updated rabies in there?
Yes,
Because
it
some
does.
might not have that.
It says,
info.
well, it says down at the bottom, dogs need to have an updated rabies vaccine to renew license. It says that right on this letter that's gonna be in there with it. I don't know what else you can do.
That's the letter that's getting
we know.
sent.
That's a letter, you guys all got a copy of it the last meeting too, except for I changed the date.
I don't have a copy of it, so if you could email it to me.
Yeah, I can email or give it to
Okay.
you or whatever tomorrow, absolutely.
the one thing, so this is, catch up on, you pay your back license fees plus $5 transaction fee. Should we change that to $10, because it's $8 to $135,
That's up to the town board right now, that's,
And you're sending it, well, we've already sent a certified letter. Then this one is another certified letter, so you're actually looking at $16.
I don't know, I charge them that much.
I'd be fine with
I wouldn't go over 10,
Yeah, I would,
I'm fine with that.
do 10.
because we're trying to get them in, to get their dogs in, so we know where they are
That's
and
the whole point
know.
of this.
The whole point, and then to keep them coming back in and everything.
That's the whole point.
And if they don't come in, then they have to appear at court,
Yes,
and then they go to court, and then there's
All that
still
stuff.
gonna then have to come in and pay their,
Well, they would pay
Years
the,
of their-
they pay the fine to the, court.
yes, they would have to pay the fine to the court.
okay,
And I don't know if I'll be in court, but I would ask the judges that they pay their back licensing fee or whatever fine the court is gonna fine to them.
Right, if they don't come in, this is for 2
Right.
weeks. And then if they don't come in or ignore this, then they go to court and they can get fined, and pay the fine. This is just being nice for a couple weeks to let them, give them that last chance.
And the court can mandate, so you can't just sign them, but mandate them to come in and get their license.
Well,
Oh,
so
yeah.
if I go in and I say, well, my dog was alive in 20 and 21, but it passed away in 22, the judge can say, all right, you need to pay your license fees for 20 and 21, and then we'll fine you $50 for not paying them, but you don't have to pay it up. You know, they've got to bring proof though that the dog's passed away,
Ashley.
or doesn't live there anymore.
A box of ashes.
I can go in and say the dog passed away and go home and feed it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we're due this, but it's, the judges
Is
will
there-
have some discretion.
Is there, and what's the ending date?
What do you mean,
Is it like, so like from,
For May 11th.
May 11th, 2023 is the last, anything after that, you have to pay a regular fine. COVID, the federal government declared COVID ended May 11th, 2023. So it's like, all right, after that, there's no excuses. The courts are open and everything before that, but if they're doing a COVID thing, that's when the federal government declared it over.
So, okay. Angel.
Okay. Brumbault,
Yes.
Wright,
yes,
Boco, Geiger,
Yeah.
Cox.
Yes. So we will start on that in February after tax season, and, which is like February 10th, whatever, or 11th.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
What order in which are we sending tickets out? Are we working our way back so that we are
I think we
maintaining
can do
the
both.
current?
I think we can do both at the same time, do some current and these, I would say. That way they're both getting taken care of, do some currents. Like if you got a month where there's only 3 currents, do 3 currents, and we can do, I've already talked to the judges, we can do up to 10 a week. They don't want any more than 10 dog cases in their court per week,
Per week?
which is fine.
So the
But
current
say we
one's
only
like
do 3 of the ones that, like, say from last month or whatever, then maybe we'll do 7 of these.
And we'll start with 2020 to 2023, like with those really late ones. Do we want to start with 2023 and then?
We
go
can, I mean, we can
22,
start
or-
with 23, I don't, yeah, that's fine. But
What-
we'll start with some of the ones that were just like from a month or so ago, do some of those and some of these, we'll do them both. That way they're both lists are getting done at the same time. Like I say, we can do 10 a week, so that's 40 a month.
How many you got?
Well,
Couple hundred at least.
the late
couple
fees
hundred.
have been working really good, so the last several months of final notices that went out have been only like 3 or 4 dogs. So it won't take long to make our regular ones current. It's the back ones where like 2022 or 2021 where there's like 40 or 50 dogs for the year where we need to catch up. I think it would be good if we are starting from current and working our way back so that we're maintaining the regular process of what should be done. Because as we go backwards, the more dogs will either be deceased or moved. So my preference would be take care of the dogs that we know are most likely here and alive. Work our way backwards, but that's fine.
Okay. All right, number 10, requesting town board resolution to appoint Edward Nelson to an open position on the planning board effective February 1st, 2024, and ending on December 31st, 2030.
Second.
Brumbault,
Yes.
Wright,
yes.
Boco, Geiger,
Yeah.
Cox.
Yes.
Cheryl, will you get in these code book and stuff?
I got things already from the court, and I voted and asked him to come in. So he's, I didn't know if he's sworn in yet, so I asked him to swear in.
You get filled in
Maybe
any,
Joe?
He hasn't been in. I called everybody to let him know he either got the job or he didn't. Told him he has to come in, see Cheryl, get his books, see Darlene and fill out his papers so he can get paid, and then get sworn in, so. Okay, requesting town board resolution to accept the following budget transfers. I'm not gonna list them out, we'll stipulate to what's written down on the paper.
These were all from last year.
No, not all of them, I mean, it's labeled 2023 and then 2024. So it's labeled on here, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Robot,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Loco. Yeah. Jaeger,
Yeah.
Bettis.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to accept the following budget amendment from 2024 for the library. It's L05990, fund balance $2,400. To increase that revenue account and increase expense account, L7410415, cleaner expense $2,250. Increase expense account L7410.412, carpet expense $150. She got
Second.
the carpet, the woman cleaning gave a
Yeah.
bill after we had done the budget.
Oh,
Or saying,
Right.
at the first year, rates are going up.
yeah, so she did it for the contract.
So, yeah, so we, she knows now to do it earlier in the year.
Robot,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Loco. Jaeger.
Yeah.
Bettis.
Yes. Something not on there that you want a copy of in front of you, we have another resolution for the fire departments. It's to set up public hearing. Resolution setting a public hearing to consider adopting local law number 2024 to provide a tax exemption for volunteer fire and ambulance workers. Whereas the town board of the town of Hamilton wishes to consider adopting proposed law, local law number 1-2024, which would provide a tax exemption for volunteer fire and ambulance workers, and whereas the town board of the town of Hamilton is best suited to act as lead agency within the meaning of the State Environmental Quality Review Act, SECRA, and thus does hereby designate itself as lead agency pursuant to SECRA, and whereas subject to application determined to be a type 2 action pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act, now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Hamlin shall hold a public hearing at the town hall, 1658 Lake Road, Hamlin, New York, 14464, on March 11, 2024, at 6:30 p.m. on said date to consider the said proposal and to hear all persons interested in the question of the adoption of local law number 1-2024, which would provide a 10% tax exemption for volunteer fire and ambulance workers, as well as the option for 20-year members and all provisions regarding unremarried spouses as authorized by New York Real Property Tax Law 466-A. This will repeal and replace local law number 1-2022. A copy of said law is attached. It will be attached to here too when it goes in the paper, and made part of hereof as Schedule A, and be it further resolved that the town clerk be and she hereby is directed to publish and post a notice of the public hearing on the official signboard of the town in the manner prescribed by law. The first publication thereof to be not less than 5 days and not more than 30 days before the date set for the said public hearing as aforesaid.
Something has to say something different. So let's say if a person's a veteran already getting 10%, they wouldn't get an additional 10%. You can't do, I think they get 10%, like I get a 10%, whatever. So if I became a firefighter, I don't get another 10%, like I don't get 20%.
You do.
I don't think that's how, you see, you get, I think it's only, that's what's confusing me. I think so you get you're just allowed, you're adding this
He's
on.
a fireman and then he's also that.
I wouldn't get, they don't just pile them on.
Sure they do.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually
Sure they do.
Yeah, you have
You can have a
them all listed on
limited
your.
senior citizen, you can have a veteran's exemption, You can have and if you're I'm gonna say preacher, but that's not the word, you can have 3 exemptions on your tax bill, absolutely,
You get agriculture, all different things you can.
absolutely.
So don't we already have this? This is just changing, is it just adding
No.
unmarried?
state-
What if
This
you
is
have,
adding the unmarried spouses, that's all this is,
And they have to be-
that's all it's different.
You have the-
Not remarried, they can't be a widower and then get married again, they lose it if they marry again.
what if
So
you
it
have a,
includes widows, sorry, it includes widows and everything, but it's just they cannot be remarried.
Yeah.
So, no,
Second,
Robot,
yes.
right,
yes.
Both, Gager,
Yes.
Bots.
Yes,
And, you want me to put it in, what, February 19th? That week, 18th?
I would make sure that it's like, the same rule we
Closest to
always
30
use, I
days.
would do the 10 and 20,
Okay.
the same we always do, so
Alright.
we'll figure it out.
Cheryl, nice calendars, thank you.
You're welcome,
These were you, right?
Pardon?
You did these.
I like how it's all right there, you don't have to flip with those backwards.
And then we'll vote on that law later on that night at the town board. That's all I have for resolutions, unless somebody else does. Have any? Seeing there is none, discussion, does anybody have any discussion?
Just, anything else to bring up, because it's people that emailed me about the eclipse and that we were going to, the ambulance guys were wondering if they needed to do anything special.
I
I know
emailed,
Jackie emailed some stuff out too.
I did email the ambulance back, and they just
Okay.
had a meeting last
I
night.
know it was coming, and
They had a meeting last night, the ambulance there, with a couple of fire, with our BJ Meyer, our fire chief, and our fire marshal or whatever. As, I don't know everything, but I know they're gonna have 2 ambulances stationed here on our grounds,
Okay.
because we are doing something for that night. I mean, unless they get a call and have to go to a
Right.
emergency.
They're probably gonna leave one here and then one to the town or whatever.
Right, but they're supposed to have 2 of them on the town property, and then we'll, if, an emergency guy will pull away. Yeah, so that's as much as I know from the meeting they just had last night, I have not dove into it
And
in
then
depth.
we're still planning on like just blocking off the grounds, right?
Yes,
Just using the parking lots for whatever we have.
yes. They said it should be 340 cars.
Yeah. It's a decent amount.
The fire chief had a battalion meeting last
We
week.
have to tell you too, then, right?
Yes, and, he was gonna get a hold of Kaylee after the meeting and let her know. The fire district and the town will be on the same page. I told him, you might as well just get a hold of Kaylee, she's kind of spearheading that. Keep everybody else in the loop.
Like I said, we had just had a meeting last night, so.
And then, has anybody gotten any feedback about the assessment postcard?
I actually brought them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I met with Liz today, and I don't know if you guys got yours and they looked like this, but a lot of them had a huge problem. So,
Yeah, mine looks like that.
yeah, so, and unfortunately, it happens to be right over some of the numbers. So Liz reached out to ABS. I mean, some of them, it's like, look, right at a critical, all seniors, how old? How much money? Yeah, it's just in a really poor spot, unfortunately, but a lot of them look like this. So she reached out to ABS, and they reached out to the postal service, and apparently there was a bad roller, they tracked it down to a bad roller at the US Postal Service that created this problem. So they did offer, ABS said, I mean, I think they have to do something to kind of make it right, whether they offered to like reprint them at a discounted cost and resend them. I just wanted to bring this to you guys and see what you thought would be a good plan. I mean, I think people who get these obviously are gonna call and say like, I can't read my postcard. So I don't know if we really wanna send out the whole second postcard just for this reason, but I don't know what you guys think.
Mine didn't have any.
Yeah, I
And it
don't-
wasn't all
I
of
think
them,
ours
it was
did
a
either.
percentage of them, but it was a good, like, mine was like.
I mean, I can make it out, it's just that,
Right.
whatever they move on.
Yeah,
Like I say, if there are questions, chances are.
they'll call, you know, if it's over a number, someone's gonna probably pick up the phone, and they have been getting a lot of phone calls.
So somebody, a couple people had asked me about like the photos and how did the photos come to be and stuff like that.
We
You know,
just
they were
wrapped it
thinking
up.
like Big Brother was watching.
Yeah, someone else made that comment. So what do you guys think? So Liz thought maybe they could do a reduced mailer for her impact letters. Like if the postal service is willing to give us a rate decrease for the
Yeah.
impact letters, as kind of a trade for this, what happened here.
I would agree. That's fine.
You guys think that's a
Yeah,
good
yeah, I
plan?
would say that's the best.
Okay, she's working with them. There's a bunch of emails there.
When is the impact letter, March, right?
I think she said February.
I was
She
gonna
gave
say
herself
that.
a good cushion, but I
Late
think,
February,
Yeah.
seems like.
so hopefully we'll get a reduced mailing rate on those. Just if people are asking. Nobody's involved in those things. Someone else asked me about the big photos too. They're like,
Yeah.
how is that legal with the town? Are they spying on us? Where
Right.
are those pictures? Yeah.
Actually, it's on a Monroe, it's a Monroe County
Yeah.
site that we use, and
Yeah.
the town uses, called
Pictometry,
Pictometry,
yeah.
yes. It actually is a Monroe County site, so it's not illegal, we can actually do it.
Well, not only that, she's not on their property, she's on the
Well, that was
road
the other
taking a
thing, is like,
picture.
one person even said that they thought that like they were using a drone.
Drone,
Yeah,
no, no.
so.
No, we're not using drones.
Everybody, all towns have it.
One even said that if he sees it, he's gonna shoot it now.
There you go, go ahead.
I just have one more thing from the assessor's office. So Jeanette is gonna be off from February 2nd, that's a Friday, and then the whole next week. And Liz said she really needs extra coverage in the office, so she came up with a couple solutions. But I wanted to run them past you guys and see what you thought. So Lindsay, I guess she talked to Mike German, and he's willing to give Lindsay up that week, from Monday through Friday, from noon to 3. He said he could share her with Liz. And I was like, well, what's someone gonna do, Liz? Like, how are they gonna help you if they don't
Right.
really know what's going, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, how can someone step in and help
When
if
they
they're
don't know
not
what's
trained in
going
your
on.
office? So
Right.
really, she just needs help, she said primarily because she's working on the revamp, and she's gonna have someone working with her, and she just doesn't wanna get interrupted, like, a resident comes in, a phone call, there's constant, like, interruption in her workflow, where she's just not gonna get
But
anything
you
done.
gotta get that, because if the person doesn't know anything, they're gonna stop it.
Yeah, if the phone rings, they're gonna go, oh, wait, hold on a second.
So you wanna talk to this person?
So
Yeah.
she could just, whoever answers the phone can take messages, and then, you know, she could answer them at the end of the day, like, block off an hour, you know how it is when you're working, like, you get this constant interruption, but we'll get nothing done. So at least if she could block off,
That's my
like,
way, but-
I'll do my phone calls, answer phone calls at the end of the day, if someone at least could take them. And then she said for exemptions, a lot of people coming in right now are bringing their exemption paperwork, and it's a super easy process to learn. You just take their paperwork, make a copy of their driver's license, and do one other thing. It's all pretty basic, like, someone can pick that up pretty easily, so. So she said Lindsay could do 12 to 3, Monday through Friday, and Colleen has offered, or Patty Jo, they work together to come up with, doing that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9 to noon. So then she'd have coverage 9 to 3.
Only because Thursday and Friday are the tax deadline, and we're gonna be crazy, so.
So I said, I think, Colleen, you could probably just stay in your office so that you could kind of wear both hats and not.
Well, I won't be able to answer phone calls, and then she would have to send people down there to turn their paperwork in, so.
So I suggested just putting it, closing the door with a note saying like, if you have an exemption, bring it to the town clerk's office. If it's another issue, please know. So that like someone could walk right up and say like, oh, I have my exemption, I'll go to the town clerk's office. And can't the phones transfer? Like, can't we transfer a line from,
I just know answering the phone and then transferring, but that would be Liz answering the phone.
there's
But
probably a
she's
way
saying
where-
have
I don't
that
know how to
line
forward
not
it. I don't know how to
Go
forward.
go
it.
there.
Forward it. Right to your office, so
I'm
that you
sure
don't have to
there's-
go anywhere.
There is probably a way, but
Yeah, I have no idea how to do that.
Okay, well, we could, maybe I'll tell Liz she could have Jeanette look into it.
Is there a voice message when, if there's nobody in the office?
Oh, I'm
If there's-
sure, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just have her let it go over to voicemail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just have
you
it.
just have it changed to whatever that she needs.
Yeah,
to
if she's
have it
just gonna be taking messages anyway, wouldn't it be the same thing? Just put it
Yeah,
in
I
the
guess.
voicemail?
and she can turn the ringer down so she won't, it won't distract her with that phone ringing all the time.
I don't see much what the difference would be really. If you had somebody taking messages or just
Right.
leave a message on the phone.
The only question that I had was, how do these people get paid? So like, if Lindsay comes from highway, do we have to do a
Same way everybody else gets paid, coaches, whatever, they just turn in a voucher, we pay them with a voucher. That's how your coaches out in the ball fields and everything else get paid. That's how this woman who's working with Liz that is helping her, she just turns in a voucher.
Property.
Yeah, she just turns in a voucher and we pay them.
But is Lindsay salaried down from the highway? So
No.
She's not.
No, she's hourly.
So she'll just get her same hourly rate from,
She can get her same hourly rate, we just turn in the voucher and we'll pay it. That's, it's as easy as that.
Is there not much traffic in that office for this?
Yes.
Lately it has
Yeah.
been, since those postcards went out, there's been a lot more.
Their phone is ringing constantly.
Okay.
you guys all okay with that?
Yeah.
People coming in to help?
Yeah.
Yeah. that's fine. Maybe we'll get done. Any other discussion? I think most of you were there last night, but like I said, I just found out Tuesday at noon that the sewers are working on the lake shore, so we will be sending things out to residents. Residents that had already had their name on the list at the highway department have already been contacted, and they've already been down there knocking boxes. So we will be sending out, like I said, just 2 days ago. We'll be sending out letters or putting them on doors. I still haven't talked to MRB, and they told me they were gonna handle those, so. I don't know if it's still what's going on in the middle of winter now or what, but we'll put it on our Facebook page and everything. We'll get something on our website and all that.
Yeah, I asked, Mike had called me to let me know that it was trying to fix the pumping station. I asked Mike how many people we had that are ready right now to go. I said, we got 1,000? And he said, yeah. I said, there's like 12. And out of those 12, there was 2 that told him, I think I'm gonna wait and see how it works first before. So he said it's probably 10,
Yeah.
realistically. And then there'll be more.
Right, they'll.
Yeah.
And then bad weather, you won't see them.
Right.
Better weather, you will, so.
Come springtime.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking, it's like, they all come back, so.
Right. So, that's the only discussion I had, just to let people know that. And like I say, we will put it on our website. All right, being no further discussion, as in requesting town board resolution to go into executive session at 7:40, yeah, close enough, thanks.
So,